In the first of our interview series, we have Mr. Ismail Gafoor, the CEO of PropNex Realty Private Limited. It is Singapore's largest real estate brokerage with over 8,000 real estate salespersons under your wing.
Yep.
Okay, that would make it Southeast Asia's largest brokerage in town.
Not so sure whether we have verified that, but we are happy that we are indeed the largest real estate agency in Singapore with more than 8,400.
We should be. So thank you for joining us.
If you ask me when I was young, did I ever thought I would be CEO of the largest real estate company? No. It was about doing every day the value add, improving myself and improving the environment and adding value to people. And that's where we are right now. Never know the fact that I always want to be entrepreneurial, and I must say a fair amount of this is probably contributed by my dad. He was an entrepreneur, having to survive in Singapore, being a migrant, and he was a news vendor, and he had a provision shop, the mama shop, that opens at 7 a.m. and closes at 10 p.m. And I'm quite sure I learned from him discipline and as well as some very basic entrepreneurial skills. But if I've not been a real estate salesperson, I think probably I would still be entrepreneur. But the issue will be something that I must add value in the process. I'm not so sure whether I would have been a financial advisor or maybe a chain of supermarket. I never know. That is going to my roots of my dad's business.
Through expansion.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
I think we were really so blessed, even though we were not very materialistically not well off. Maybe if I put it the other way, growing up was tough in the sense that we have 5 brothers and a sister, and my mom and dad only had a 1-room rental flat. Therefore, we all sleep like sardine in the living room because there isn't a room. The room is only for my mom and dad. So that being the case, in fact, that made me more determined that when I grow up, I want to own good properties that are spacious enough, luxurious enough, not only for myself, but to take care of my mom and dad, and as well as for my children. And that's something that I'm really happy today. Simply because today my mom and dad stays with me, and so does my children. And because of that desire, breakthrough to achieve more, and something that I felt that a dream come true. To me, as I said, I wake up every day looking at challenges as an excitement. So the more challenges come, PropNex is a company does better because I know that's the time some of the competitors may not be so focused, and it gives me all the strength. And our end game is simple: to continue to add value to our people and our clients for the long term, building legacies for generations. I think it is relatively, I must say, it's a very, of all the questions, this is going to be the most difficult question. As I say that I had a very humble beginning start in a HDB 3-room flat, and thereafter we bought an apartment, condominium, in Normanton Park. We stayed there for about a couple of 2-3 years. We sold it, and then we bought an inter-terrace house. We stayed there for a couple of years. So we sold that inter-terrace, and I bought a semi-detached house and bought a studio apartment at Mandarin Garden. Then I had the opportunity, my neighbor wanted to sell his semi-detached house. I bought that and amalgamated and built 4 houses, and I sold all the 4 and made some money. And then that's where I upgraded to my bungalow house. And then, now I think I got a couple of properties and I'm staying at the eastern part of Singapore, a comfortable home. I really love the place, and I can walk to the East Coast beach 18 minutes. My dad can take a stroll or with this on a simple e-scooter, more for older people. Yep, he can go to the beach by himself. He goes to the malls. And I think I'm very happy, and I'm thankful to the Almighty and all my people who have made all these things possible. I think, put it this way, we have to stay relevant. and I do have twins who are teenagers. I need to relate with them. I mean, just a couple of weeks, probably if you saw, I just did a TikTok with my daughter, and she's asking me that this Sunday I'm supposed to do another one, and I'm happy and looking forward. And my boy goes to the gym, and I made a decision not only because of my children, but I started the IG beginning of this year. I was in Facebook for the last couple of years, and I think 2 days ago there was one memory thing came about me with you 5 years ago in the Facebook or what, something like that. Yeah. So I think it is important to stay relevant and connected in the changing norm. In fact, I just posted yesterday because I just announced for all my company staff to go casual attire for working. I mean, yesterday we were wearing jeans, and I said from now onwards, because in order to continue to attract talent and to be relevant, I think as leaders, if you are not keeping pace with these things, you will lose the ground touch. And I'm enjoying it anyway. In fact, the fact here is when I'm in part of this platform, I feel younger. Yeah, and that's the way to go, I think.
All right, definitely not the answer I was expecting. Right, but very nice. All right, thank you so much.
Can't really mention it.
All right.